offline. Landing gear raised.
Primary residence. We needed to refuel, cost us something about 3k or 4k of fuel. We are heading down as usual to Shepherd's Rest. We do not do mass trading today. We don't even do an aspect of mass trading today, because as you may remember from our last session last Tuesday, where we had been doing Tuesday trading. Yeah, this is the thing what we are doing here. On Tuesday we do trading. The reason why we do that is primarily, first of all, we need to have a track on what's going on the market inside the verse, the so-called economics, which is basically not, but yeah, this is just what we have. And what we are looking for is people, players who are interested in trading, yeah, not hauling, trading and making money a lot. And strategically speaking, we are waiting basically for IAE, Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. That is the day when they should have some ship manufacturing days throughout this event, and during that day basically all ships are available to pledge. And we have an eye on the Ironclad from Drake Interplanetary or whatever. Drake Ironclad Assault is the ship we are looking for. And once we have acquired that particular ship, we have way more capacity to transport basically in one run. And what does that mean? We need to have people helping loading boxes. Scanning doesn't work. Of course, it's early access, it's alpha. We are testing and we find out that scanning doesn't work. You need to be. Okay, that is a player. We are 500. Yeah, we need to. No, that's. 8 less than a kilometer distance. We need to be less than a kilometer distance in order to be able to scan a ship. And so we will have a look. Yeah. Might be that these players are hot enough. That means that we
Docking initiated.
will have a problem if they attack us. Because we didn't set the
All systems
point.
offline.
And that would mean that we need to redo the whole travel again and claim a new ship, or if they don't destroy our ship, we can take our ship. So let's see what they left behind. They seem to be organized. They have a wolf that gives them escort, which is actually nice to see, and this is something that we are also looking for, to build a crew that actually can work together, that is not primarily interested in personal gain of money, but rather have joy in having a group gameplay, if you will. That would be awesome. Of course, we strategize our gameplay, our trading operation in a way that everybody will get some money out of it, but it will not be an instant. Yeah, this is what we thought would happen. All right, so what do we do? Just take what's left behind, yeah. And if it comes bad, if it comes really, really bad, they will have the same destination as we have. And that would be even a big bomber, because we already have boxes at Sacran's plot, and last time we had been there, we couldn't click on sell because of a bug, and there had been somewhat of 2 hot fixes by now within 1 week. And on Sunday we did, or was it yesterday? We did some mining, a little mining operation, and we could sell stuff. The mined materials we could sell. And we want to find out if we can sell today. Yeah, interestingly also is the elevator is down. Not quite sure if they actually picked something up or if they delivered something. Yeah, we are looking for people who are interested in trading, making money, moving boxes from A to B, but also people who want to escort our ship, especially the ironclad assault, which we are basically planning. Our org will also have the cargo transport ironclad and more, but the assault has 1,000 plus something cargo capacity. When we fill up the ironclad, we will have something like approximately 30 mil of cargo value inside the ship, and that needs we need escort in order to bring the delivery safely. Yeah. Up until now we managed not to get pirated when we do the big transport. We only get pirated when we do small loads, and that is, yeah, it hurts of course, but we can basically afford, so it's not that big of a deal. But when we have the ironclad, we do not want to, because it's just way too much money that we would lose if we do not have proper protection. And if you are not a pirate, if you are willing and skilled in ship combat, have a ship that you can use for protection service basically, then you might be the girl who can help us with escorts. Yeah, and this is what we are doing. We do basically the standard Shepherd's trade run, not the mass trade run, the standard Shepherd's trade run, or at least partially of it. And we are heading to Sacran's plot. No, god fucking damn it. It didn't refuel. Yeah, old bugs are back. We already noticed 1 week ago that old bugs are back. Fucking we need to go back to obituary once more. It is just a waste of time. It's late night. It's really late night. And we are wasting time. Bugs again. You may say, hey, just go back to arbitrary and refuel. Yeah, but it is always time. Do you see that? Little white man there?
Bottom drive is now on. Bottom drive is now off.
And especially when the big ship and its escort are going to the same place like we want to go, it might be that they are faster and we cannot click on sell. That also would mean it would be once more 1 week later we do what we can do. I mean, we can do it during the week, but we want to show you what we are doing, what happens, even with all the pain we suffer throughout.
Shields online.
Just to let you know, basically, if you are really interested in doing the stuff we do, mass trading, making something like 20 up to 50 mil per patch drop, and a patch drop is basically 1 month. Ah! Fucking decoupled active, okay.
Docking initiated. Docking denied. Engines destroyed. Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, they did some change with the cruise control. We are not quite sure if we did something wrong with the key binding.
Landing
Maybe we
control.
need to reset our key binding completely to the default. Yeah, still the same 3.8K is what we had seen before,
Is at 100%.
but it didn't refuel. Maybe we hadn't really clicked on. It's just annoying. Can we fly? Thrusters. It's only 7K. We can afford that. Okay. Yeah, this is a new feature. Rear ramp is so damaged already. Okay. Even if you repair and you pay the full repair costs, the ship does not repair. At least not visually. And that is something what would be, at least we assume, part of engineering gameplay. Yeah, our ships need to be manually repaired with the salvage and repair tool. Okay. Yeah. We already feel it. We cannot maneuver the ship properly, even in deep space. Yeah, so we fly directly to
offline. Bottom drive is now off.
You see, we have a left drift. Makes kind of sense because the right side works properly, gives full thrusters, and the left side is damaged. So the right side is pulling more, or pushing more, better said, than the left side. And this is what we get at the end. Yeah, we got a thruster rebuilt basically. Oh, can we? Thruster rebuilt basically from the repair that cost us 8K, and also that small wing there in the middle section. But it's quite obvious it didn't really repair. I mean, the parts are there, but doesn't really work properly. And you see the thrusters here to the right side, front thruster right, has a way brighter blue than the left side. This is the confirmation that it is there as a component of the ship, but it doesn't work properly or in full capacity. here, Pyro 4. Yeah, we just watched a video before we started. We actually clicked too early on stream. From Nova Citizen, I think that is the name of the YouTube channel. We mentioned his channel in one of our 3-part videos of ship whaling or whaling per se, about his overthinking and analysis of the development of not the game but the mechanics inside the game. And in the latest video he made was an actual interesting point. It was more focused on salvaging, or he used salvaging as an example, and that is the reason why we're actually looking for people who are willing to trade with us as part of an organization. Yeah, Nova Citizens is the name of the channel. We are looking for people who wants to crew up with us. Our main gameplay would be trading, because trading is a reliable work, if you will, that gives a source of income. It is hard work, yes it is, but it is a reliable income. We have a salvage department. Nomadic is the boss over there, and he has a vulture, and he didn't do much salvaging lately, primarily because money-wise it's not really lucrative to put effort into it. The so-called gameplay is not there yet, that we can actually say it would be worth to actually invest time and effort in salvaging right now, because yeah, the gameplay is not there. And of course CRG wants to sell a new ship, and it looks like as if it is to be expected that there will be a new ship soon that would be, or that would cover a mid-section of salvaging. So you have at the low end, you have the vulture and the Misk ship, and there is the reclaimer for large scale, and it is to be expected basically a long time ago already that there will be some sort of a mid-section ship, and it might be, that is pure speculation, it might be that the mid-section ship would be an RSI ship that will cover something in between, yeah, a medium salvaging ship. And that ship is supposed to be able to suck in the dust from the scrapping. And that particular dust is supposed to be the high quality material from salvaging. And that is what they start doing right now, CIG. They increase not necessarily the complexity, but we would say the preparation for crafting. Yeah, and they already talked about that crafting aspect when it comes to quality management, that there are high quality material and low quality material, and that goes for mining as well as salvaging. And right now it is the case that when it comes to salvaging, that the vulture and the Misk ship as well as the reclaimer cannot produce high quality material out of scrap, and that means the new ship will be the thing that they can do that. And If you think long-term strategic planning on your gameplay of Star Citizen, then you would be good if you save up some money for that mid-tier salvaging ship. But not only that, because you do not need to think for yourself when it comes to prepare for a new ship or whatnot. No, you need to think in an org or org interaction. Okay, wait a big moment here. Everything out of stock, perfect. So that means we can sell everything. What we cannot sell, we already know, is Golden Madman. We need to find out where we can sell Golden Madman. So we are wondering, we should have 95 mil, and we don't believe that the 16 ASUS of Golden Man makes 2 mil. Yeah, speaking of this quality material, if you are, like we are basically, solo player, you need to think about interacting with orgs. You need to build connections with orgs, to orgs, participate, or let them at least know you are there and what can you offer to the org what they cannot do themselves. And for us, what can we do? We can do trading, we can move boxes from A to B. But the base skill underlying to that is hauling. We can move boxes from A to B. Logistics, planning, calculate, route planning and whatnot. All these aspects that comes into play on now. Yeah, we do not need the gun. Let's have a look. Can we replace that one with the 8x scope? None of them. No, we cannot. Okay, this 8x scope, we are looking. Yeah, so if you are an org or are in an org and you need to have some haulers, we might be the contact you need when it comes to moving material from A to B. But if it also means that you are, let's say, fighters, dogfighters and whatnot, you are skilled pilots in dogfights, you have these combat ships, then you might be the one who gives us escort while we deliver your material from A to B. Or from our perspective, we need to have escorts for our material. We plan that out. As far as we assume, depending on how many players we find contributing, we will fly at least one time per month from Pyro to Stanton with a fully loaded ironclad. That would be the idea by now. But it might be if we find people who want to do trading large scale as we do, and have the money to participate in the box moving aspect, then it also might be that other players also contribute boxes that we will deliver to stand. And then it could be that we will deliver a couple of times per month, not only one time from Pyro to stand. And then we also would need to have more escort, more, not in number, but in how often we will deliver. And the more we deliver successfully, of course, and sell it, the more money we will generate, and therefore we also can do payments. And if you are the one who have no hauling capabilities but need one, but because you are pirates, you don't have money, whatever that means, then we will definitely find some deal we can do without payment money-wise. Yeah, we start planning preparation for this stuff. The difficulty is the most people that are already in our org are same like us, mostly solo players, and it is difficult to find time where we all be together at the same time and do the same stuff and work towards the same goal. So what we are trying to do is to find out where we need to deliver Golden Madman. UX Corp, Golden Madman. Ooh. Seraphim. Nah.
Avant Aerospace. All systems online. Landing gear raised.
Checkmate. Checkmate for refueling.
Bottom drive is now on. Bottom drive is now off.
Yeah, it is quite funny. we made YouTube videos, we can do some sort of advertisement. We have a YouTube channel. It's basically where we stream. Interesting, we already have 15 subscribers. But we did videos, part 1, part 2, part 3. And here we are talking about CCU chaining after CitizenCon, but before IAE. Converting your ship fleet is basically what we are doing. We want to have LTI on all our ships. That means Anvil Asgard, Anvil Paladin, Ironclad Assault. And maybe the Liberator, maybe not. We will see. That is our 3-4 ships that we are looking for. And these are our main ships. That is something what we are talking about in this video. And here we basically say maintain small ship fleet. This is our goal. That doesn't need to be that everybody else wants to have a small ship, but we want to have a small ship. Because in the fleet manager we want to have a small list. We want to be able to select the ship, the vehicle we want to retrieve. We want to be fast. We do not need to want to scroll through a big list to find that particular ship we are looking for. And this is also relevant. We do not play Star Citizen as a video game. We play Star Citizen as a simulator, as a sandbox, which is basically is because you can do stuff you shouldn't do, but you are still able to do because it's just designed that way. And that is the reason we want to have a small ship fleet, because we have a certain type of gameplay. And as you can see here, we have a mole. Yeah, we bought that mole in-game. We wanted to figure out if we are big enough into mining so that we would pledge for the RSI Arastra. That would be the 5th or the 4th big ship in our fleet. The reason why the Arastra, it is fucking expensive. We have a lot of waste. We have a lot of money to throw out of the window, but before we throw it out of the window, we give it to CIG, to Robert's Space Industries. No, but the Arastra gives us the loaner, the Misc Prospector, and the mole as a loaner. So we will get, with the money we spent for the Arastra, we basically get 2 other ships as a loaner, as long as the Arastra is not out. And once the Arastra is out, it might be, and we already know that, no. With the mole would be a 4-people ship. If you want to max out the mole, it would be a 4-people ship. The pilot, 2 mining laser. And the 4th people will be either co-pilot or the 3rd mining laser. You can do solo mining, it's absolutely doable, but we ain't doing it. And if you want to scale, and we still, again, we recommend watching Nova Citizen's video, the latest one, why Star Citizen's next ship will change the meta forever. Listen to it, think about it. Also the other one, Star Citizen's Economy Blueprint Reveal. Listen to it, think about it. We listen to it, we think about it. And everything what we're talking about, org stuff, mass trading and whatnot, is all, everything is included what he is talking about. Because we think about the same thing. We do not do it the same way because we are not. Our life. Star Citizen is part of our life, we would say, but Star Citizen is not our life. And so, yeah, think about it. And that's why we want to have a small ship fleet, because we want to have an overview of all aspects of our side of the game.
Shields online.
Checkmate is not a station you can speed in. said not speeding.
Engines offline. Landing complete. Engines online. Takeoff complete. Shields offline. Landing gear raised. Bottom drive is now on.
Yeah, a lot of interesting changes will happen, and we would say long-time backers, long-time dreamers, they probably, or based on the feedbacks from most of them, they didn't really like CitizenCon a few days ago because the format was different. And the only one aspect that we absolutely also didn't like is that Jesus Christ Robbers did a pre-recording, and his body language we absolutely didn't like. And Jared was the only one, at least it appears so, it appeared so, that it was live, and everything else was pre-recorded. Nothing against pre-recorded, they announced it will be a live event, live streaming event, so there is no real interaction with the community. And like it or not, but it is just a thing, and that is a big change that happened, because we assume that CRG and rubber space industry realized that they need to close a chapter where they can monetize JPEGs for big money, basically. For what it is, JPEGs, it's big money, and a lot of people pledged for it. And they announced it long before CitizenCon that they will change modus operandi. They won't sell concept chips anymore. And there would be probably one reason why they stopped doing that is because there are none. There are no more chips as concepting. And so that is one reason why they stopped selling JPEGs, selling concept chips. And when we listen to Space Tomato, he has a list of all ships they are planning, or at least communicated, wanted to develop. And there are not many ships left behind. They haven't started working on it. So that also contributes to the aspect of there are no concept ships anymore. And when we see the Grace Market sheaf, which is basically just a refurbishment of already existing assets, let's put it that way. So they mixed some parts and sell the new ship for 145. Do we have a crash?
Bottom drive is now off.
Yeah, that was already there. What we want to show is something else, yeah. These are our 3 videos, and while we edited these videos, we clipped out some shorts. And a lot of people see these shorts, and some of them commented. And one is especially this sheaf, yeah. There was one, sheaf is a great solo ship. I don't know what you're on about. And the other one, no use. Don't make me laugh. He already laughed. Is very useful ship, yeah. And this is really interesting. It might be absolutely valid when you say it is useful, but speak it out. What is the use you have with this ship? And the other one as well. It's a great solo ship. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, tell me what is the use of this ship? Our response: we are solo, still have no use, but we are curious to hear what use you have. And this is interesting just to note. What is the... Can we... No use for. If we would spend 145 IRL, then we would have a ship like the Sheaf we have absolutely no use for. If we... Yeah, if you only see this snippet, you don't see the context. But if you watch the videos, our 3 videos, so why is that? Have the context, and then you know why we say that. We explain it, and we have timestamps. Do we have timestamps? Not in this one. Here. We are talking about LTIs. CCU chaining to the iron, the Grace Market Chief. This is basically what we are talking about. This ship we have no use for. And this is an aspect of something like, do not attack us, do not make us bad, don't make us feel bad because you have no use for. I don't know what you're on about. We have no use for. That doesn't need to be that you have no use for. But based on that short comment here, you didn't mention the use you have. So you do not need to defend yourself. We do not defend ourselves. We just point out. If you have a use for it, go for it. If you want to comment, tell us your use you have with that particular ship. We want to know. We really want to know. We want to have a community. We want to talk about, let's say, essence out of these Star Citizen stuff. And it's not about bashing. It's not about pro and con in terms of black and white, red and blue, ones and zero. Everybody has a different type of gameplay. If you want to talk gameplay, or talk about your gameplay, there are a lot of ships solo. I mean, the Mustang is a solo ship. It's a great solo ship. You hop in pretty fast, you hop out pretty fast. No walk inside the ship. But the Sheaf is no cargo ship. If you would, if you want to do some ship combat with that, you need to have a second man. The second man controls the turret. Then it's done with the solo aspect. So tell me, what is the use you have? But either way, it's just interesting. It's really interesting. And we are not judging. And a lot of people have issues with that we do not judging. We do not what is the name? We do not revelation. Any judgmental aspects of this is good, this is bad, you are stupid, you are what we do not. A lot of people have issues with that we do not revelate what is our standpoint, because our standpoint is variable. Once we stand here, look at stuff, then we stand over there, but look at the same stuff. And then we move around. Then we stand over the other side, but we're still looking at the same thing. But every time we move our point, we change the perspective but still observe the same subject. We see different aspects of it. And that is what we want to do. That is what we are doing, basically. That's why we do not say the sheaf is bad. We only have no use for. And that goes for everything. There are a lot of nice ships, beautiful ships. I mean, we are still thinking about pledging for the 3. Wait a sec.
Shields offline.
We are still thinking about pledging for the 325A again for the customized version, because now CIG is able to deliver. But that is pure space gaming, space streaming. Regarding of, it's not about the gameplay. It's only about the dream itself. And we are dreaming also about having a small base, a small cabin in the wood, somewhere on the swamp planet. But that is dreaming. We do not have a gameplay out of it. It's just dreaming. And of course we would love to have that thing, and we love, that is the dream we have. We love to walk around the building we created. We love to walk around the building that we created. We love to have a small garden nearby where we can take the fruits out of it, to be a little bit self-sustained, have some food, whatnot. But we also would need to have a hangar, and it would be a large hangar, because the Ironclad is a large ship, the Liberator is a large ship, the Asgards, the Paladins, medium, okay. We definitely would need to have a medium hangar on that site. But that is streaming, that is not a gameplay. And of course, in order to be able to build that cabin in the wood, we would need to have resources to build them. And that is what we are looking for. The gameplay that would give us the opportunity to build a cabin in the wood, or even a space station. We had a talk in our org about that particular space station, and we were brainstorming about that space station where we would have some sort of a trading hub. And we also would say, yeah, but we have abandoned merchantmen someday in our organization. Why should we do have a space station? Yeah, well, the characteristics of a space station is completely different than a merchantman. And if we can, and all our org member can buy commodities and bring it to the space station, at the space station would be probably a safer place than the abandoned merchantman. But of course the overlords already have in design that a space station can be attacked and need to be protected 24/7 on all charts and all time zones and whatnot. But if CIG actually would do that, make the station defending by players all the time, we would assume that we do not build a space station. And that would also go for the cabin in the wood. Yeah, the cabin in the wood need to be somewhere where nobody flies to. There is no jump point, quantum marker within 100-kilometer range. Because only so we can assure that not random people show up and destroy our cabin in the wood. And even the space station, if it does not have a jump point, quantum marker, neither our org members nor someone else would come to us for trading materials. And yet, we need to have some sort of base if we would, as an org, organize ourselves for crafting materials. We would even say we would specialize in a particular thing. Yeah, seeing in our quantum fuel top left and the distance, it might be that it's gonna be tight. We will be right back. Right. Yeah, sometimes we think we need to do timestamps in our live streams just to have an orientation within, even if you watch the live streams afterwards, so that you have context. Also, we have some context here, timestamps to refer to. Because when we would do the same stuff like Nova Citizens is doing, that is a lot of effort. It seems like as if for him it's not that big of a deal to do that, but we do not know what he does beside that sort of videos he does. And we do not need a second one who reflects on what he is saying, because we have our own thoughts and we want to put it out, our own thoughts, so that we can have some sort of a summarization throughout the community and not only single ones. And that is something that he is pointing out, not only with commenting and liking and subscribing for the numbers' sake, but also for the community. And there are some few big YouTubers, content creators like Salty Mike, Super Mac Brother, or Detox. And then there is, let's put it that way, there are some sort of Schiller. Salty Mike not that much anymore. And then is the other side of the spectrum, who mostly only see the negative stuff and point that out and don't see much of positive here. And you see that positive, negative is judging. And we do not want participating in that. I mean, we talk about a lot of negative stuff here in the verse, of course, but yet we are still here. And CIG and Christ Roberts maybe would misinterpret even from other players as well, just because they log in mostly on a daily basis. That doesn't necessarily mean that Star Citizen is all that great. It is just there's nothing else like that out there so far. But yet Star Citizen is no game, and we need to stop pretending Star Citizen is a game. And it might be that the change that CIG goes towards is making Star Citizen a game now. You see the ship marker? We tell here a small trick. A lot of traders out there, content creators, say you need to store the ship inside the hangar and wait until animation's light stops. We say don't do that. Go to the ASUS, store the ship from here, and you see the marker. Damn, gone. Ship is stored. No waiting animation, nothing else. And now we can go to the Galleria, commodity terminal, and sell directly out of the ship. And that works reliable, at least all the times we did it so far. And we can verify now if it's still the same thing that we can do that. Yeah, and at the end, what can we summarize? They hot-fixed. They hot-fixed the commodity selling stuff. We can sell, see, only 350k. We lost some money and we do not know where. And we lost a lot of money. 2 mil. And we do not know where. Did we buy crazy stuff? Did we expedite chips too many times? What did we do in a few days or even weeks since 4.3.2 is out? We did this stupid FOMO event. This hunt for... where is it? Did they remove it? Here. We did it. Both of them. It was a pain. And we actually think about, should we even go for phase 2? Point-wise, we need to do even more points. We are not keen on, absolutely not keen on. And even this stupid thing, Project Hyperion, there is a particular door where you need to enter a code, and the code is invalid. Bugged as fuck. What we can ask in a global chat. Yeah, it is late night. We will go sleep. We will sleep here at Seraphim Station. Trading works now. We can move boxes. And
to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
we didn't
system.
do much
Please visit
box
us
moving in this patch. Would we say we're missing it? Would we say we're missing this box moving stuff? Kinda. Gotta admit, kinda. Did you see our new glasses? Textureless. This is something new. Something new. What we do is we will refuel our body and then we go to sleep. So far, thanks for watching and see you next time.
Hello.
Sorry, there's nothing I can do.
Hi.
Are you sure I can't do an imprint today? I have a really
Hi.
important memory I just made and I don't want to lose it.
Fine. I'll let my manager know. They'll send you a com or something.
Just a friendly reminder that no matter your
What do you
health
mean my
status, just
imprint
by
isn't
being here,
working?
all of
I
our
got a
activities
hole full of
will be
radioactive
set
cargo and now you're telling me that it might kill me? Do you know how many credits I got sunk into this?
I've had enough of you. You're done. Get out of here.
Thank you for visiting Kelto RX. Feel better, save more.
Okay. Customer service.
Why should healthcare
To a
glasses
price
and
you
hydro
love.
from Kelto? Sweet, cool treat
Hi.
everyone loves.
What did it say? Room number 4?
Forget that
6?
stress. Just relax. Everyone here at Kelto RX was the doctor ordered.
Emergency staff. Got an accident inbound. It's a pretty big one, so team stand by.
No? 8? Yeah, 8.
Security to storage room 3.
Health status just by being here. Already
If
taken.
anyone sees Dr.
I'm
Bolin,
going to let my manager deal with you.
We have a backpack, yes, we have a backpack.